Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how Logitech needs to do something because they aren't doing shit right now. And I know this might age poorly once they do release something new, but for right now they're not really doing anything that cool because they released the G502X, which is basically just a revamped version of the G502, like RGB now and stuff like that. But from what I've heard, and yes, I'm going off of word, like from reviewers, it isn't that like good, and it's just kind of pointless because you could just get the original G502 for a very low price compared to this. And yeah, the G502X is like fucking $150, which is very expensive. And then there's also the G703, which from what I can tell, again, is pointless and doesn't make a whole lot of sense because it uses very out-of-date stuff, like very out-of-date components. And it's just overall, just the marketing is not great. It's like a gamer, like non-gamer inclusive mouse, but at that point, just get a fucking normal gaming mouse. Hell, get like the G305, get like a G Pro Superlight if you have enough money. Like, they don't look super out of place. Even like in like an office environment, I wouldn't see those being like super out of place. And they don't look like a fucking like transformer. They don't look like insane looking and like like a bunch of sharp corners and like all that shit, like a fucking like a robot. Like, just go for like a GPO Superlight. It won't be that bad looking. And also, they aren't doing a whole lot rather than that. They basically just release recolors of the G Pro X without doing anything about it. They aren't changing anything rather than the color. And that's really boring because a lot of people have a lot of issues with the G Pro Superlight, and I did get a chance to slightly test it when I was at a store, and yeah, the side buttons weren't that great. The main buttons were fine, and the shape was also okay, but just overall, yeah, it would be nice to just see an updated version of the G Pro Superlight, even though it's not like super old. It's still 2 years old, and tech has progressed a lot in those 2 years. I mean, the weight has got cut down a lot more than even 63 grams. Now we're getting mice with like 45 grams, like super low weight. And also, main mouse buttons have dramatically improved. Like, a lot of mice from like 2 years ago, even like now, use like very bad quality like KO 8.0s, and they were good when they first came out, but a lot of mouse companies started to like abuse the 8.0s and like they used it on every mouse to the point where a lot of it was just quantity over quality, and it just I do not like how KO 8.0s feel, especially nowadays. But now a lot of people are just using different mice switches like blue pink shell dot switches and stuff like that, which are way better. This uses those switches and they feel very, very good. And this is the Ninja for any of those wondering. And yeah, it's a great mouse, but just overall, my point, and I know I've talked about this before, and this is kind of like a rehash of what I already talked about in like my previous Logitech rant videos, but that my main point is that Logitech needs to fucking do something, because at least Razer is doing at least something. Like, yeah, the Viper Mini Signature Edition is way too expensive in my opinion, but at least it's something different, and at least they're going for something different, and they're also releasing like different versions of the Viper Mini wireless from what I can tell and stuff like that. So they're actually doing something and improving their tech. Meanwhile, and Logitech just isn't even doing anything. They're just sitting on their flagship from 2 years ago and just making recolors, and that's it. It's boring. It's like, they need to do something because tech has improved again a lot in 2 years, and it's just a shame to see them not really doing anything that insane, especially now. But that's basically it, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.